All right. I was going to say Tuesday. Monday, a holiday. Danny's a slave driver over there. Says, nope, we're not taking Memorial or Labor Day off, whatever it is. So we are here. I'm going to railroad this thing right off the bat. Chris is just in the table today. Chris Sewall is just here. No interview. He's just part of the gang. Danny, you can ask him questions if you want, though.
I think Rebecca can actually pick the feeds individually. So let's introduce Chris.
I just did. Chris is here. He's not going to speak, as he just said off air. So Chris Sewall, investor, collector,
dealer.
Am I on screen or no?
Oh, you're
you
here.
You will be eventually.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We're all here. This is the show, Chris. Welcome in.
Sweet. All right, cool.
Yep. So Chris is here. Chris has been doing cards for forever. He's got a massive YouTube station. He's always looking to buy collections, which we're hoping we can kind of project. And, hey, go find Chris, or reach out to him, sell him your collection. And then, I think we can just have him just kind of dive into most of the topics with us. And if Danny wants to go Cronkite on us and ask some questions, we'll allow it.
I will go.
It's your holiday, Danny. I'll allow it.
Labor Day was actually started after the Industrial Revolution. Just to give everyone a little insight, after working 12-hour work days.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little insight. So
I'm going to one-up your insight point with mine. 2 years ago on Labor Day, me and my wife checked into the hospital to begin the labor process of Theo. So, suck on that there, Joey boy.
Is the birthday today or tomorrow? I know there's no birthday. Yeah, but...
There's a birthday. He was born, so there is a birthday.
Fair enough.
He was in fact born.
Sweet, 5 days in labor?
Just a family day.
Oh, you better buy a present.
Well, no, Labor Day wasn't the first last year. It's always the first Monday. It was the fourth. 2.5 days.
Catch up.
I got 3 kids. I was there, okay?
Yeah.
Well, not for mine, but he was there for his.
That would have been awkward.
Yeah, all right.
So, Chris, we're glad we have you as a part of this.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Yeah, Chris is excited to be.
Look, Chris, I want to start out with, Gio, talk about a little of the fire. You had a big eBay Live last night.
Yeah, eBay Live was good. I am curious because Chris I think probably sells a lot more cards than I do on a more consistent basis. So and Joe, too, at the shop. Last night was weird. So we're doing the Sunday night singles show. The big stuff was like, We sold like a nice Jordan 8.5 rookie. We sold a no-name Frank Thomas. We sold a few big cards, but I will say last night the sweet spot was $500. 10 to 500 was like driving activity, driving bids. It was baseball heavy, but I will say it's the first show I felt like we could have sold more football than baseball. Normally it's almost like everybody wants baseball. Last night football was very, very heavy. So, Joseph, your thoughts?
Well, after a week of just oddness at the shop, a gentleman made a trade for meat. So I know a couple, including you, Mike, thought that it was all shtick about the grilling stuff. But literally 20 pounds of chicken, about 17 pounds of beef came through the doors of the shop. And guys were just looking for cards. Football cards were huge. The other big thing, too, is when we're talking about football cards, is the non-licensed stuff is on fire right now because I feel like Wild Card is actually doing what Panini should have done and released pro look stuff, or even, Panini has a license. They could have put out the pro uniforms. Cam Ward cards, Travis Hunter cards, like all this stuff, it's out there.
You're fired up today.
And Wild Card's doing it right now. So
I can't get on board Wild Card. They look so cheap to me.
Buddy, I'm telling you, the price point is perfect for somebody to get 5 to 6 cards in a box for $150. Someone coming through the door, and the presentation's good.
I think we need to go back to the meat trade thing.
Yes, please, Chris.
We need some details on that. Wild cards, okay, fine. But tell me about the meat.
Yeah, it was chicken breast. They had flavored. They had lemon peppered all the way down to Southwest season.
Any thighs in there or no? Strictly breast?
There were no thighs. It was all breast. And
is there
a good
app
thing
to price out meat?
Oh, yeah. What's a card ladder for meat?
Yeah.
Which way is it trending?
I'm sure there is, but the big selling point was the plastic that it was freeze wrapped in. You could actually just boil the chicken right in the plastic.
I'd like to think Joe is just outside of just outside of the shop when these people come up. He's grilling anyway. He's just shirtless, towel 100%. Over the shoulder. Hey, you guys, 100%. Is this the card shop? Shop's open, guys. I'll be out here running the grill, run the Coleman.
I just met Joe for the first time at the National, so I'm like 60% sure if this story's true.
No, it's 100.
Really interesting.
Okay, well, so it's true. It's definitely true.
Oh yeah. So here's
he did call me excited.
When you know the meat dealer, he was hardcore.
Was it a butcher? It was a butcher.
Wait, no, he definitely was pulling it
Chris,
off the truck.
Not that official. Not that official.
He bought it at Safeway and he just brought it by.
Yeah, it fell off the truck. This is definitely off a truck.
So I have to go. I have to go to football practice afterwards, and I'm trying to get out of this situation because it's an odd situation to be in. And he's like, I'll pack the box with dry ice. The dude was so hardcore. He used his bare hands. He's like, you just got to be quick with it. And
with the dry ice,
Mike, I'm telling you,
really.
And he was one of those guys. He was a very prideful man because it was burning his skin, and he was just wiping it on his jeans. He's like, yeah, just be quick with it. And I'm just watching it. I'm like, oh gosh.
You have an eight-finger
Mike and Danny,
salesman.
you would say that this story is true?
He called me the level of
was
excitement
excited.
for Joseph. Yeah, I've never known Joe to be a liar, I will say. Yeah. And Joe called me as soon as this happened. The guy gets excited for some meat. And I think so. The good time to introduce Chris is a sponsor of the show. So what a perfect time. See, we don't do ad reads. We do organic meat trading. Just work them right in the conversation.
Chris Sewall, collector, investor, dealer, sponsor.
Chris,
First sponsor.
Describe your show for the couple of people who don't subscribe.
It's a YouTube channel. It was originally meant to be. I originally wanted to do like a library for baseball card information. That I immediately realized that was boring and nobody cared. So I just sort of morphed into telling stories about my collections that I buy, and I do like top 10 lists now and then, and I'll do a sort of a weekly show just about what I'm thinking about in the moment.
Can you imagine, Danny, there are people who are watching this show who haven't seen Chris's show, though? There are. What a world we live in. People are watching this, and they're like, I got to check that station out.
First time at the National, when I saw it in real life, like, I'm sitting at Greeny's booth, and Chris walks by after I had met him. I was like, hey, Chris, I shook his hand again.
Big timed you?
No. Chris is
good.
Salt of the earth, dude. So this guy...
He did just call you a liar, but okay.
That's right. But this guy over my shoulder who works in Greeny's booth, Adam, he's like, oh, Chris, love your content. And I look over at him, and he's like fanboying over Chris. And then I go, I got to get into his stuff. He goes, dude is just straight laced. He's going to tell you like it is. There's no fluff there. I was like, all right, we'll get into it.
Wait, so I actually have a quick funny story about that interaction because I think it was Saturday at the show at the National. And I desperately needed like 1-row boxes, just empty, because I was going to ship a bunch of stuff, and I could not find them anywhere. So I'm walking all around the show. I cannot find a supplies dealer anywhere. I'm starting to get frustrated because I've been walking for like 20 minutes, and I just sort of stumble upon Joe's table, and I'm like, dude, Joe's like, hey, Chris, what's up? I'm like, hey, man, dude, do you know where there's supplies? And Joe's like, and like the next table, there's this big Ultra Pro with supplies everywhere. And yeah, I felt kind of silly there, but yeah.
That's exactly how it went. That's exactly how it went. I was like, actually, good for you is right over your shoulder. And Chris is not a small man either. Like, he could see over the masses. He's a very
Chris,
tall
what are you
man.
rocking? 6'4"?
I'm 6'5", yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
easily.
He needed that extra inch.
Which is crazy because he was also sitting at a high top table when I first met him at the little pizza place across. I was like, that's a little excessive to be at a high table.
It's
and
an
be a
arrogance
tall
play.
person.
It's an ego play.
It
at
is.
that
It's a big play.
That's fine.
Big time.
That's a power play.
Yeah.
I got to look down on the commoners.
Yeah, it's a power play.
That's fair. Chris, I am curious. I do want to dig in for like an actual moment of clarity for a second.
Yeah.
I've seen the channel before. I think most people have. So you are buying collections in person. What is just to start off, what is the percentage you're buying in person versus online and stuff like that? Or is it almost all in person for you?
It's mostly in person. I'd say it's like 75-25, maybe 60-40 or so.
Okay.
Majority of what I buy is personal collections that have come in through word of mouth.
So that was my next question. You're like, how are you finding this stuff? Just word of mouth? People are emailing, or they've seen the channel, or what?
Yeah, no, it's mostly word of mouth. My buddy bought your collection from you 6 months ago, and yeah. Originally, there was a lot of hustling in Craigslist and Facebook and all that, but I don't have to do that as much anymore.
How long have you been doing this?
Wait, that's because he's famous. That was a humble brag.
Yeah, I know. It's not.
No, that's because of the word. The years of hustle have led to the word of mouth, not because I'm famous.
Just to be clear, he was looking down at commenters a minute ago, Danny. That was just a brag. It wasn't a humble anything. It was just a brag.
He doesn't sit at high tops. He sits at a bistro table.
Yeah, I just happen to sit in a table, and a bistro appears around me. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, Danny and Joe walked up. I only had a few seconds for them.
Sure.
You really did blow us off. I didn't want to say anything.
I think I met Chris at the Mojo party originally.
Yes.
Yes, and you know what the first thing you said to me was?
Don't repeat this. This is a public show. Go ahead.
Okay, you walk up and you go, oh man, Chris, I'm so sorry to be meeting so drunk.
No,
how dare you? How dare you? This is the problem with me.
Wait.
I have, Danny. That was the one night I had one drink. I have
Well,
3 sips of Captain Morgan. I feel like I'm on top of the world.
Will you
Fair.
tell the story about what the actor did to the winning contestant that night that you witnessed?
You talking to me or Chris?
Yeah, Gia.
Chris saw this too, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
witnessed it also?
Yeah, Man punched the winner right in the crotch. Yeah, rough. Apparently that was a move based on the old show, and yeah, I think Joe might have seen that as well. And Papa Gio was not happy. And
I heard
was just,
about it.
I just looked and I was like, "Bro, I will punt you." And he thought I was playing. He did his hand up I was like, "Nah, I'm good." That happens, it's over.
My friend Jeremy was there, and he loved. I don't know the show, but he loved it and thought it was the funniest thing ever. Is that not assault?
It is assault.
It must have been an inside joke thing because even the guy who got hit didn't seem to take it that terribly. His wife was not pleased,
Okay.
but yeah, there was a split second there. I thought Papa Gio was going to roll him up because he
His wife
saw
had
that.
a vested interest.
It's fair. Yeah, well, maybe or maybe not.
Fair enough.
I have a. Can I get this back on the rails? I know
Please,
this
Joe,
isn't
yeah.
my role,
Back
but
to the chicken breast. Yes,
but I'll do it. I'll do it for Danny. Chris, I have a question. So when you've gone in person and you've looked at a collection and you clearly know that what you're looking at, they're not real cards. How do you break that to somebody?
Yeah, that used to be a lot harder because you could see the heartbreak sometimes when you tell them. But I've gotten used to it. I'm just very straightforward and upfront. I'm sorry to tell you this. I got bad news for you, but these cards aren't legit.
And
aren't
and then
legit
when
as
they
in.
come-
Hang on, Joe. Are you saying like counterfeit or like your collection's like junk
I assume you meant
midwax?
counterfeit.
Counterfeit. Yeah, like
really?
when they come in and they're like, and I bring this up too because again, a guy brought in 4 Gaudi roots this week,
Yeah.
and 52 Mant. What he brought in was over 250,000, and he's like, yeah, buddy sold it to me for $5,000, and I was like,
Wasn't your friend?
and I pulled it out like because the next question was, well, I go, well, it's not real. And he's like, well, how do you know it's not real? I said, well, first of all, you wouldn't be standing here with me. That's number one.
Yeah, you wouldn't be sitting here with me and the guy hawking chicken breast, palming dry ice.
That's number one. Number 2, I pulled out the card and I said, you could feel the paper. Are you like a feel guy or like, can you just tell from your eye, from the experience? And when they ask those questions, Chris, do you do you break it down and give them an education, really?
Yeah, I will if they want it. And there's lots of ways to tell the feel. You can even smell it, but it's more the look and the feel.
The Kinko's receipt.
I think a lot of people will assume you're lying and you're trying to sort of to scam them. But as soon as you say I'm not interested at any price, I wouldn't buy them for $1. Then they quickly realize.
How prevalent
why
is
would
this,
you say
Chris?
that?
I am curious. Like, is this like what percentage of collection are you finding like counterfeit cards?
Like 95%. No, I'm kidding. Like
It's high.
10%. It's high. Yeah.
Is that mostly vintage?
Yeah, mostly vintage. I haven't encountered like counterfeit modern. I've actually. I mean, is there?
I bought a Jordan. I bought a Flair
I have.
Autographics counterfeit card years when I was
Flair
first getting back
Autographics?
in. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. This was like 2013, 14. Like those, that and a bunch of LeBron autos. Everything else was real except the one Jordan.
Like, is it? Would you fall for it today?
No, because I would have looked up the card. Like, but back then, I was in the sticks in Tennessee. I mean, there was.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I had a smartphone in 2012, honestly. And even if I did, there was no reception out in Dixon, Tennessee. And yeah, I was just like, oh, the LeBron was legit. There was a couple Larry Birds. There was a Jordan rookie, which were all fraction of the price now. I think I bought the whole deal for like $2,500, and the Jordan auto was like a $400, $500 card at the time. And I was like, oh. And yeah, posted it up on the blowout forums, immediately got blasted. And I was like, oh, no problem, take it down. Like, we did a little burning and had fun with it.
I imagine like there'll be a lot more fake moderns coming because
We see it all the time.
Oh, you do? Oh, so
Chris,
you do.
we see
Like,
it
what sort of
because
stuff?
now people have the homemade presses for the grading, and you see that all the time, like in the shop, like where they'll be like, well, how do you know it's not real? It's in plastic. I said, well, I can actually pop the top off and pull out the label that was printed, aside from seeing the pixelation on the printer paper, and then like wild stuff. When I'm talking about like modern cards, like I'm talking about the Mahomes Contenders auto, like
Really?
Contenders Optic auto. Yes, and these guys are like, what are you talking? And most of it, the story starts with I bought a storage unit.
Yeah,
It always starts like that.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Well, Chris, that brings me to the other question that they were hinting at before. How often are people overvaluing their collections?
Oh, that's very common. Yeah, that's almost most of the time, I would say.
Like egregious, are we talking?
So I've said this before. Like, I can't think of another industry where it's fairly normal for people to 10x the value, to overvalue their collection by 10x.
Dang.
That happens all the time. Like, a collection's worth $2,000 and they think it's worth $20,000. Can you think of another industry like that? Would never happen in like the automobile industry.
Yeah, you go buy a car, it's 30 bucks, 30,000. I'll take 300.
That would never.
I'm gonna start trying it. Here's the thing: even if they negotiate you down to 90%, it's not bad. I'm thinking about it.
What, for your car?
Yeah, here's a $40,000 Tahoe. I want $400,000. Sorry, I can only do 80. Okay. See,
Right.
maybe we're starting at the wrong price here.
No, seriously.
very
How do you talk to them and get down to a percent of comps even?
Some people will just sort of take my word. Other people want to be educated, and other people will just flat out not believe it, and you just sort of go with whatever works. Joe, I'm sure you see this all the time as well, right? People walking into the store with their storage unit finds.
So, Chris, I know you're a big fan of the show and a fan of me, so you know that I'm a huge Sandy Alomar fan. Sandy Alomar Jr. A guy... Junior, excuse me.
Mike and Danny, is that true?
He puts him in the
How dare
top
you.
5 catchers of all time.
He's a
Top 5 catchers of all time.
We'll
So
talk
a
about
gentleman
that
walked in this past week. He had sold us like 3 weeks ago a Kobe card. It was, I forget, it's a Star Quest maybe Kobe card. And so he's like, "Hey, I got something even bigger." I was like, "Come on in, let's take a look."
Hey, now.
So we were looking through this binder. I said, "Hey, dude, I know we're really busy in here. Point me in the direction." He's like, "You ever heard of Sandy Alomar Jr.? I got his rookie card in here." And I just put my head down. And he's like, "Dude, I've seen it. I've got a couple of them. They go for $300. I said, well, so I pull it up and I show him, and I'm like, this one it sold for 69 cents. Like that's, and I didn't even know you could bid 69
Even more than
cents.
10x.
Yeah, on there. And he was like, no. And I said, listen, to your point, 100%. I said, I'm going to go ahead and pass because we have a blowout case around the corner here that has about 3,500 to 4,000 cards. You get everything in the case for $40. And I'm not even going to offer you $10 on this. And I said, there's no way we could stay in business if I was letting things with value walk out the door. Like, there's no way.
Yeah,
and I said, it's nothing against you. It's like, he's like, well, then what do I do with it? I said, I would take the pages out of the binder, I would spread them out, and I would put something on Facebook Marketplace, $40 or best offer, and let it go. Like,
or offer to tell them to send it to a children's hospital. A lot of children's hospitals like that stuff.
yeah.
Even the kids don't want Sandy Alomar, though. They're like, nah, we're good. I can deal with the cancer. Like, here's the thing. The cancer's tough. I can deal with it, though. It's the Sandy Alomar stuff's a real slap in the face.
What's
that's
the
where we
most
draw the line.
expensive Sandy Alomar card ever sold?
69 cents.
89 Topps Tiffany PSA 10.
I'm looking this up
Probably.
as we do this.
Well,
Yeah.
That's got to be it.
Does he have a PMG, maybe? Or was
No.
he out of the league by then?
No, because he was on the runs that were like the 94, 95, 96. I know we were shortened by the strike, but
Yeah.
Right.
He was like an all-star, right?
yeah.
He made some all-star games, right?
yeah, absolutely.
No, he probably
He's
has
overrated.
93 refractor. He probably has a 93 refractor. He's
He
probably got
caught
some-
Charles Nagy. I mean,
Oh, did he?
yeah, oh yeah.
That's,
All right, I've got the holy.
he was a
okay.
20-game winner.
First of
Well,
all, I'm going to throw out the top sale. $9,900. It's literally a
PMG.
91 Don Russ base card that just says very rare era misprint
Oh, yeah,
parallel.
yeah. Two
So
dots on the back, yeah.
I'm going to throw that one out.
Yeah.
The second highest, though. Okay, actually, you're never going to get this either. The second highest is his Project 70, one of one Futura, but that's autographed by the artist. I'm assuming that has more of the draw. That's $1,700.
Wow.
And then you know what's funny? Sandy Alomar Sr. has a 1975 PSA 10 that sold for $1,560. Senior has
awesome.
outsold. Senior's got the next
respect.
couple of sales.
That
Senior's
is
got a
awesome.
71, a 69. I don't see Junior. I got to put Junior in this list because I don't even see him.
He's got to have a PMG or a 93 refractor.
He's got
that's
no
PSA
playing
10.
day cards that are worth anything.
Quiet, Danny.
I don't. Okay, here we go. So $425.
93 refractor.
2022 Museum Bat Knob 101.
Not
Full bat
even a
barrel
playing
101.
day.
Not a playing days card. Wow.
No.
Okay.
Honestly, the nicest thing, the 1-of-1 Legacy out of Flair Showcase.
Oh yeah, good call.
Sold for $336. The Row Zero BGS 9.5.
Wait,
$336 for the 101. That would sell more now. When was that?
Yeah, that was 2018. That's probably a $1,000 card now.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
John.
wait, Chris, you knew exactly. I have no idea what that card is or why that's even important. What is that card?
The Row Zero?
Is it 97? Is it 1997?
Yeah,
Or is it
first,
98? 97 is the first year any brand made a 101.
Yep, the Masterpiece Flair Legacy.
Flair Legacy and Ultra also did it with the Masterpiece. So that's a super important card. $336 for a common is a steal.
Yeah.
But he said 2018.
Yeah.
You didn't have to say.
I actually sold the Juan Encarnacion of that card. It was the first 101 I ever pulled as well. It sold for like $200 at a show, and I was so excited.
I think
literally
Joe
the
is
first ever
blown away.
1-of-1 was in 1997.
1997 Flair Showcase.
Ultra.
Yep.
And Ultra.
I didn't know the Ultra. Okay. Ultra,
Yeah.
it was the Masterpiece
was it-
Legacy Collection.
Was it a 1-1? Did they write it out? Like, how was it?
So, Flair had 3 in each. So Flair had 3 101s that year: a Row 0, Row 1, and a Row 2.
Okay.
So Flair, and then Ultra has 1. So if you were in the 97 set, you in theory have 4 101s. Like Cal Ripken will have 4 101s from 97.
So, like, what Wild Card does now?
Yeah,
Enough with
times
freaking
100.
wild
Yep,
card.
spot
you.
on. No, that's it.
How
New
many
sponsor.
101s?
I know Joe's got his own sponsor, and he's not telling us.
Cut his pay. That's
He's
fair.
overpaid now.
Yep.
That's good to know, though. I had no clue that 97. So baseball is the first product that ever had true 1-of-1s?
No, they all did it. All the Flair and Ultra did it. I think in all 4 sports that year.
Wow.
Maybe
I don't
not
know
hockey.
about hockey, but
Maybe not hockey.
like the
yeah.
basketball's insane though. You're talking second
Basketball's
year
impossible.
Kobe, Jordan still in a Bulls uniform. The basketball
Commons are
stuff.
like
is-
$8,000.
Yeah,
in
absolutely
basketball.
wild. You'll never even see them. I think one of those
No.
Kobe's did $500,000 or more when one of
Yeah.
them sold a couple years ago. So yeah,
That's
absolutely wild. I am curious, Chris,
Yeah.
like any craziest find you've had going. Let me preface this because I'm sure like some guys, hey, here's an unbelievable collection. There's great cards. Is there one story that stands out though where you're like, hey, in general, bunch of junk, and then this one gem, kind of diamond in the rough?
No, I actually think that sort of stuff is a lot rarer than people think. I'm sure it happens now and then. But I don't have a lot of those like, wow, there's this, bought a collection for $10,000 and there's some 6-figure card, and I don't have any of those. Actually, I'll ask Joe. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, all the time. But it happens in large
Step
collections.
aside, Chris.
Honestly, Chris, because we're only looking at 20% of it because we're just looking. We'll make a reasonable offer, but based off of the borders of the card. So, I mean, if someone's got a whole collection of, and we see a lot of it, we're looking through the borders. We know who we're looking for, but yeah, we will find bigger stuff in there, and we do. The reason why we have had success doing this too is because when we get back in contact with those customers, we do pay them fair amount. Like, if we find something huge in there, otherwise you don't keep the wheel spinning. Like, you got to take care of the people that keep bringing you the collection. So, this gentleman, I remember with the general manager, we drove up like 70 miles up into the reservation in Arizona, and we're sitting on Native American land, and this guy's like, yeah, he's like, you can come back to my shed. And I walked in the shed and I was like, what is going on? Like, this is a card shop in itself. He's like, yeah, I'm pivoting. I'm going from sports cards to Star Wars figurines. I was like, he's like, so
I did the opposite. Star Wars figurines to sports cards. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'll take anything you guys think's fair. We'll go forward and we'll go from here. And like, this was like the original. Remember when Upper Deck did? Again, I'm newer, but Panini has the encased product, right? So they ran those, but Upper Deck had like the encased first, like real encased autos that were like single packed. I forget what it was called, but like it was like an encased auto, but it was encased. Not only autos, but it was also just encased cards, and they were SGC cards for the most part that you would see. Yeah, it was wild. So he had everything, and he had them still in the wrapper. So like he had cracked the wrapper, looked at the card, put it back in the wrapper, put it back in a cardboard box, and it was Christmas for us because we're going through all this stuff, and we're just like, wow, this is amazing. But of course, during that time, he had Brady rookies, Brady color, like a Topps Father's Day Brady card, which was wild, and that stuff all graded to 10, so it was wild.
Making a note to get a card store.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, Chris, when you are you selling privately on the higher end stuff? And when you do shows or live streams, is your sweet spot also that $10 to $500 range?
Yeah, actually, kind of. It was interesting you mentioned that at the beginning. That's always sort of been my sweet spot. I'd say at shows I sell my cheapest stuff because that's the best way to unload. I found to unload my cheapest stuff. My high-end stuff I like to sit on unless it's something I think it's going to go down, like a modern prospect or something. Any vintage high-end stuff I like to sit on, price really high. I know it's not going to go down, so I'm fine taking my time on it. But
what's your sweet spot? Like, what's the perfect type of collection if you wanted somebody to bring you something? What's a good?
Oh, I like all kind of collections. I'm an atheist when it comes to, or no, atheist, that's the wrong term.
Yeah.
Agnostic.
Agnostic.
There you go. Yeah. Agnostic with collections. I like the cheap stuff. I like the high-end stuff. I like graded. I like raw. I like it all. Anything that's a card.
Wrestling?
I'll take wrestling, yeah. I'll take non-sports.
Have you come across any 80 All-Stars of wrestling?
Yeah, the 82 All-Star.
Is it the yellow card?
Yeah.
That's the Hogan one. Yeah, but Flair's blue.
Massive card.
I love that set, yeah.
Hey, so Chris...
They did it like a couple of years, 82, 83 maybe?
Yeah, there's three. There's an A, B, and C set.
Yeah.
Hey, I am curious. So you just mentioned, because I joked offline, I wanted to get on here and rip our buddy Jason the Professor over there. Yeah. You mentioned you buy ultra-modern stuff, and of course, I was just on a live with him for 2.5 hours, which was painful to a degree, but it was good. It went too long.
Okay.
However, like that is his theory. Every new card goes down, everything's going to zero, everything's, the sky is falling no matter what. I am curious then, so your mindset, if you buy a collection, let's say you come into something that's all 23, 4, 5, modern football, basketball especially, is the thought there flip immediately?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't want to hold on anything ultra-modern. There might be an exception if it's like an established player, a Trout or a Mookie Betts or LeBron. Okay, then you can. But even if it's like a 25 Steph Curry, that's going to go down in the next year.
Yeah.
If it's a 23 Steph Curry, that's probably safer.
Okay. Yeah, I will say, because that's always been my thing. Like, I don't disagree with that at all. But I also am like, this isn't a new thing in the last 2 years.
No,
I've been breaking
not
for 10 years. Like, dude, if you hit something release day that is not unique and awesome and just like an unbelievable piece, or dirt cheap, the other side is true as well. When I'm ripping Bowman, I'm not selling $2 prospect autos. I don't need the $2, and there's a chance this guy comes out of nowhere, like the last 1,000 examples of prospects. I'll hold the dirt cheap stuff. But yeah, even like a Frank Thomas 5-star auto on release day might be $100. It's 73 4 weeks later because it's
right. But then it will stay at 70.
Correct. Yeah.
If it's Frank Thomas, but yeah, absolutely, that's an insta sell.
Do you pay different comps on modern and vintage?
I do. Vintage to me is much safer. I'll pay higher.
Yeah.
Especially like if it's a prospect. I mean, it could be 50% the value in a week. So you gotta adjust for that risk factor.
Joe,
So I have a big question about the vintage stuff. So we had a vintage collection come in, and we had a couple of guys look at it, and I'm more of a modern guy, right? So I don't know a ton, but when I was talking to some guys, they were like, dude, you can't use eBay sold. You can't use any. He's like, if you're really a vintage guy, they still use the book. Are you a book value guy at all?
Beckett?
Like, oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So, okay.
The 1994.
And why I bring that up, the prices are crazy different.
Let me say, anyone who used the Beckett price guide is not. That's
Kick them
that's
out.
not up to date. Yeah.
What about Tough Stuff? Is that still a thing?
Tough stuff? Yeah.
Tough Stuff was a great magazine.
The problem is Beckett. People don't know how to use the Beckett price guides. It's actually kind of accurate if you truly know how to use it, but people don't realize that those are near mint prices, and so if you come in with a VG card, it's like 15% of the, So people don't know that, and so people use the guides usually way overvalued.
Well, that would make sense of why the value was drastically different than what we'd see online. Because I had this argument, and these guys all yell at me, and you will too, about the eye appeal thing, where I feel like if it has a great eye appeal, well, I feel like if it's a 4 and it has great eye appeal, it should have been a 5.
Okay, what's the anti-argument? What's the counter to that?
If the corners are beat to crap, but the centering's great and it looks good,
or
overall
if
the card's still a 4.
On the back.
Yeah, if there's chicken juice from Joe and his little breast experiment in the parking lot of Phoenix Sports Cards, maybe it's not a 5. Maybe the surface is tainted. A little salmonella on there.
I think Well, I'm gonna give the boring answer. I think eye appeal plays a part, but I also think most people will use the eye appeal way too often as a hey, this should be worth more than it should be. It's quite rare where the eye appeal should come into
Do you
play.
believe
I will
in the
say
Mike
though,
Baker?
oh, dude, the Jordan rookie though, I will say that is dead on. Like I've sold a Jordan a week on every one of the live shows. I try to only do 9.5 centering on Jordans. I can sell those higher every time than any other Jordan. Like that is
Wait, are
the
they
one.
graded?
Always,
Graded?
yeah, always graded. But it's like if that subgrade, 2 of them are BGS, 1 was a PSA. But if the centering is dead nuts on that card, Jordan fans will always pay more for centering on that card.
Yeah. Well, there's a good example. Yeah, where it does come into play.
Hey, Chris, have you ever bought a collection that had and I don't know if you're a grader at all, like that you send stuff off, but where you've bought a collection, you've sent something off, and then it's come back that they can't authenticate it or that it's been trimmed. But I would guess with your experience over time, you kind of have an eye for it. So when you get those type of packages back, you're just like, what are we talking about here? Like,
so that's been PSA does that a lot more than they used to. Or that's my experience. Is that all of your experience?
Agreed.
As well?
yeah.
I get that all the time now, and I can't even tell. Like I can't. I measure the card, seems fine to me. So I'm not. I don't know if they're just being extra strict or if there's something I don't understand.
Is that new people coming into the grading role itself? I mean,
I would hope not. But maybe. I don't know. I don't know anybody over at PSA, so I wouldn't know if what their hiring practice is. But I would be.
It's,
have to have a
their
boot
hiring
camp,
practices. Wait, their hiring practices buy SGC and take all the graders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the SGC graders should be quite good, right? So I would hope that's not. I would be disappointed if that was the reason, but I guess it could be.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You had talked about kind of measuring the card for the centering. How much prep do you do before you submit something? And would you ever suggest somebody use a prep company?
So I do very little. I should do more. It's never been my thing. I have an old school mentality, so I would never recommend a prep. I don't really have a problem with people with the idea. It's just not for me, and I have, like I said, an old school mentality. My rule was always, if you can do it with your hand, you're fine. If you needed to use anything else, don't do it. Which is actually kind of extreme, but that's sort of how I deal with it.
Well,
so it's like thing I can scrape off, I'll do that, but
don't cut that clip.
I saw
up
online
either.
that some prep
Yeah, that's the
company,
title of the show, by the way.
Yeah, don't cut that clip up.
Yep, if you can do it with your hand, it's fine. There you go.
you can do it with your hand. It's fine.
Thank you, Joe.
If you need outside assistance, it's probably wrong.
No, but there was a prep company I saw online that actually rubbed away the cereal.
You talking about Kurt's Card Care? Yeah.
They're rubbed. Oh dear.
This was just something I
dear.
saw online, and they were rubbing it away, and they took out the serial number. I forget what it was out of, but I just found that to be something that you don't want when you're prepping.
No, I don't want my serial number eliminated. I actually don't. I'm actually surprised that that's possible to rub away such a serial number with just your hand.
Rebecca, we've got a new contender for show title now.
Poor Rebecca.
Chris, let me do this because I do want to make sure we get the official plug too. We appreciate the time. But again, as a sponsor of the show, like our job is, hey, if you have a collection, if you're looking to sell, we want Chris to get his bang for his buck sponsoring us so we can jack up the rates in a few months, quite frankly. Where would people find you? Like, how do people actually get a hold of you to sell you their collection?
Yeah, so my YouTube is the best way. It's baseball card collector investor dealer. My email's there. That's the best way to reach me is via email. It's sewellsportscards.com. But yeah, go to the YouTube channel to get the email. And nice. Yeah, my business model is basically buy large collections. I've built a network because I generally pay strong and I'm very, very open and upfront. And that's sort of what I how I market myself as.
And I'll give another shout out. You do the Chantilly show pretty regularly if people want to make an appointment or visit you there.
Yeah, I have a pretty good assistant who sits with me and helps out now and then.
He gets the food.
Oh, it's you. Danny's with you.
Oh, we hang out for the weekend. Do you know Chris and I lived like 5 minutes apart?
Yeah. No, but Danny and I get lunch all the time.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, speaking of which, then, Chris, Danny
please.
was like really gushing about the new card shop that's moving from Vegas. They're having a secondary location over in
to Baltimore?
Your neck of the woods. Baltimore.
Paradise.
I know
Bricks.
I didn't know that. There's a store opening in Baltimore.
It opened in Fells Point this weekend. We'll go this week. Yeah.
Was Fells Point ever featured on The Wire? Is this something I would know or no? Was it really?
Probably.
Very much. The headquarters was actually filmed at the bottom of Fells Point. So what the police station was filmed in this old building. Yeah.
The Western
All right,
District.
this is a card show. So why I brought that up, Chris, too, is because when you were on the Professor Show, you were talking about going into modern shops. So this might be your opportunity to go check one out.
I want to check that out. Have you guys checked those out? Seen any of those?
They're just a fancy Best Buy. That's all it is a fancy Best Buy.
I don't think Mark would do it. I know Mark, Paradise Guy. I would be shocked if this... Is it like that?
No, Mark was very gracious to let
He's
me
an
get
actual
in early.
shop owner. Yeah, I think...
He gave me a
I bet
sneak
it's a good shop.
preview, and they've got 2 breaking booths, which are encased in the back. A ton of wax. They're going to lay out a ton of singles. I think it's going to be a solid shop.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, but that's cool. I didn't know that.
No offense to any of the card shops here, but we needed another good one. So,
good.
There you go.
Chris, I'm going to thank you for joining us. I think we're going to do this semi-regularly moving forward. And
I want to hear more meat trading stories at this card store.
Please, yeah.
And we'll rub down our cards again. Chris Sewall, collector, investor, dealer. Thank you.
Thanks,
Sponsor.
guys.
Awesome. See you, Chris. All right, Chris is gone. You're stuck with the 3 of us for a few more minutes. Daniel?
Yep.
Fantasy
Wait
League?
a second. Before we go
Joe?
fantasy,
Sorry,
I did
Joe?
want to chime
Are you
in
gonna
because...
cry?
Yeah, I am. Chris did mention before on previous shows that he's not a gambler. However, being friends with Danny, I would say, is quite the gamble. I wanted to put that out there. So I don't know. Danny's making lunch, like reservations on air.
Are you going out to lunch? Are you eating at home? What's the...
There's a bunch of restaurants, right? Like
Maybe he'll Yelp one and find the waitress and then freak her out when he brings that up again. Maybe.
Don't get into Tina again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Stop
fantasy.
it, Gio. Stop it. Stop it. You were
not
up way
me.
too late. You were up too late last night. I think these
was.
Sunday Night Lives and then the turnaround's gonna.
It's not great. Plus, we're prepping for a big pool party. Got a lot of cleaning up to do outside. So,
Are you guys going to do the rollover pool like I was talking about, the above ground?
remember I said I have real money. I would never do an above ground pool.
I love you. I love you so much.
Sorry. Let me be specific. I have to go clean the in-ground pool and the outdoor kitchen. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyways,
Wait. The two. Wait. Isn't it two
two
outdoors?
grills. Yeah.
no, just one outdoor kitchen, and the outdoor bathroom's already clean, so don't worry about it. We're good there. So.
Well, that's for the staff.
Yep. Yeah.
They're not allowed the inside bathroom.
All right, Joseph
We have
or
a
Daniel.
SCN Media Fantasy League.
By the way, this worked out perfectly. I got some crap for not being there. I don't know anything about fantasy. Auto draft was always my play. So
Your team sucks.
I'm not gonna lie. I looked at it, and again, not knowing anything about fantasy, I was very underwhelmed. Do you want to hear my team?
Sure.
Let's see. And I played Jesse the first week. So my quarterback. Notice I only got one quarterback, which I thought was weird. My quarterback, Caleb Williams.
Ooh.
Not great. Running backs, James Conner and Alvin Kamara. I mean, Kamara was good years ago. I don't know if he's still any good. James Conner, average. I have a J Blue. I don't even know who that is. Okay, and a B Tootin for the Jags. So the running backs, not great. Receivers, though, I've heard of this. Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors. Nico Collins, T. Higgins.
That's 4 very good receivers right there.
Yeah, Rice.
Look at Joe is laughing as you read.
Well, the receivers are great. The rest of the team stinks. My receivers are unbelievable. I have Rashard. Is it Rashard Rice, the kid for KC?
Rashid Rice.
Rashid Rice. Calvin Ridley, who I actually
he'll
think
be
is...
good from week 7 on. He's suspended for the first 6 weeks.
I also have Jalen Waddle, by the way, who's pretty good for the Dolphins. And I have Calvin Ridley. So literally my whole team is just great receivers. I have Mark Andrews, who I'm assuming is still top 5-ish tight end.
Yep.
I think that's it. The Texans defense, great. Okay. And a kicker. So, not looking great.
Thank you, Auto Draft.
Yeah, I am going to go pick up a quarterback.
Rebecca kicked butt with. She had a good draft. Joe, did you get your grade from ESPN? Your draft grade?
I don't believe in that stuff, and that's why it gets delivered to the junk mail, because it's junk and it's garbage. So as long as
that's his way of saying you got to see.
As long as I got my Lions, so I got Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I got the Lions kicker, Jake Bates. So I'm happy.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers I can claim right now.
That's gross.
I'm going to do that. Aaron Rodgers, I got to drop somebody. Okay. Anyways, I'm excited.
Yeah, it should be fun. And I got Cam Scattaboo.
Oh, good.
I have the starter for the Giants. So,
Tyrone Tracy.
yes, thank you.
I have Jay Jennings, a wide receiver for the 49ers.
We should make a little cut the nonsense, off the record lunch arrangement off of this league.
Is this a you and Chris thing again? What's going on with the lunch
Yeah.
references here?
Are you just asking to make a bet?
I don't do a lot of
or-
meals. No. We don't gamble.
No. Like,
No,
bet
no.
on me. Bet on me to do well.
Yes, exactly. I think I might do better, and then I'll pick the restaurant at the National next year.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, Capitol Grill was pretty good, so. Oh, we didn't go to Cap. Where did we go?
No.
Gibson's.
You guys might have went. I wasn't invited to that one. Maybe
the Capitol Grill
shorts
was
weren't
at eBay.
acceptable.
Capital
Gio
Grill was
just
the eBay
walked
dinner.
in without telling anybody. He's like, "Yeah, let's just go to the most expensive restaurant that I'm going to pick without telling anybody. And if you can't afford it, go somewhere else."
I picked up the tab. What do you mean if you can't afford it?
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, okay. How quickly you forget.
Forgot.
Anyways.
Well, I wasn't eating, so. All right. I think.
My team
Joe-
stinks, though. Just to be clear, I'm winning
team does
3
stink.
games at most this year.
Joe, what's your
Yeah.
team?
So my team's going to be super solid just because I have a hard time. You guys know that I'm a homer and super loyalist guy. I don't like rooting for other people. Like it is a huge struggle. So it's going to be hard. There may be times where my lineup is not set, but the Lions players will be in there, especially in rivalry games. I know I have Josh Jacobs, who's a Packer. We play week 1, and I am going to do a little professional pivot here. Packers getting Micah Parsons in that trade, I don't think that it's as big as everyone's talking about. 2 things, big takes
Really?
on this. Yes. First big take. Micah Parsons is great. He can affect the pass game with his rushing. He's great. But he's been injured quite a bit, number 1. Number 2,
Oh, okay.
they gave up 2 first-round picks and a 3-time Pro Bowler D tackle. So you're not putting a ton of money into one person specifically. You're able to spread that money across your defense if you're Dallas. The other problem I have with the trade, too, is Micah Parsons is the highest paid non-quarterback. Did you hear that, Mike? Highest paid non-quarterback.
Hey, just to be clear, he's missed 4 games in his career, so the injury thing seems a little crazy.
Were they just this last year then?
No, they were just. I think they were part of the negotiation all preseason.
No.
Well, I just mean, but just to be clear,
Last year he
health-wise,
was out.
16, 17, 17, 13. So he missed 4 games last year.
16. So there's 17 games in the season. So
3 years ago there weren't. Yeah.
They're- okay.
So he's played every game up until last season. To
okay.
miss 4 games in 4 years, I think we can throw out the health concerns. That seems a little much.
I'm not, because that's also in a contract year. It's tough. Usually people will do everything they can to fight through that, right? But we're talking about the highest paid non-quarterback. Why doesn't that transition to any hobby love?
It
Because
doesn't.
it's not
Yeah,
a
it's
quarterback.
crazy.
That's crazy,
By the way,
though.
And by the way, I would also say I would argue a defensive end who gets after the pass is the second most valuable player, like position on the field. Quarterback's number 1. But
Wait,
I think
in real football or in hobby?
no, real football.
Left tackle.
Okay, left tackle's in there as well, sure. But I
Joe,
mean, I
what-
think
Joe,
an
what
edge
position did you
rusher is
play?
right there.
Left guard. I played left guard, which I later down the road found out that one of my teammates said that's where you hide someone who's not very good, is you hide him at left guard. I was like, oh, come on, dude. But you know what's crazy is if you look at the pricing of these cards. So the gentleman who was ahead of Micah prior to this contract was TJ Watt. His cards surprisingly sell very well too, and I don't know if it's also because Steeler fans, but Cowboys have a good fan base too that buy product and buy cards.
But who would you rather
Just
have?
I think
to
there's also
sell
some
in the
fatigue with the
shop?
Cowboys, though. People hate the Cowboys now. Even Cowboys fans are like, this is getting tiresome.
No, but Jordan Love is going to sell for more than Micah Parsons. Am I right?
Well, he's a
on that?
quarterback. Yeah,
Well,
of
that's
course.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's so far away from hobby love Parsons.
you will the first I
He's selling high
market-
right now, by the way. If you look at like my buddy
Yes.
John, who the Parsons market is on fire right now.
For how long?
mark it down. His first
We'll see.
Packers card will go crazy.
Oh, absolutely, and especially
go
if they play
crazy.
well. By the way, there was also a crazy stat. It was like each year they made a significant trade. I think it's the first year. I got to go back and look. John sent me an awesome text, and they were all like the same age, even like 27 or whatever the age was. In year 27, Brett Favre got Reggie White championship. Aaron Rodgers got Charles Woodson championship. This guy gets Micah Parsons. Who knows? But
I think
do
he gives
think
him
it's
a
kind of
better defense, without a doubt.
Oh, he makes every. Well, again, they gave us some interior line, sure. I just think in today's league, if you can get after the pass, if you can get after the quarterback, that's as important as I think that covers a lot of other issues.
And he can
But it
stay
is
on the
true.
field.
Unless you go absolutely nuts, like we
3
saw it
downs.
last year for the hobby, Myles Garrett had a crazy hobby spike, but then it wore off pretty because for the whole year, Myles Garrett's like this unbelievable athlete. Everybody gets to know him off the field. He's doing unbelievable things on the field. But it is true. A quarterback could have 3 good weeks, and people will pay for him.
For 2 years.
Right, Myles Garrett might have the most unbelievable defensive season. I'm not saying he is, but whatever. It's like it had a great.
Well,
I think he
Myles
won
Garrett too was scarcity, Mike. There's not a lot of his stuff out in the hobby.
Exactly.
Like,
But even him, like he has an unbelievable season. I think he was the defensive player of the year last year, right? Didn't he win it?
I think so.
maybe.
Okay. Anyways,
The 2 of you sell more cards. Who sells more, Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey? Or for more?
well, first of all, it's Christian McCaffrey. I don't know who Christian McCaffrey is,
McCaffrey.
but
Well, that's not a good analogy either because Purdy didn't have very many cards in his rookie year. Like they didn't.
apples to
they didn't put
apples-
him in product.
yeah, but apples to apples, Purdy outsells him. Like the number 15 quarterback in terms
That's
of
my
hobby love outsells the number 1 in any other position probably. Like
That's my point. Yeah.
Like who's the 10th to 15th type quarterbacks in the league right now? Think of some names there because I'm interested.
Stafford, Purdy.
Okay, and
Prescott.
Stafford's tough because he was so old. Stafford's an 09 rookie. Prescott's
Like, I think-
decent.
I think Jefferson and Chase they're gonna be 2 higher non-quarterbacks that would sell. I think
Yes,
above
okay,
like
great, and great example. So that's a 2020 guy. Those guys are both noticeably better than Jordan. Jordan Love is probably middle of the pack, actually. Jordan Love is probably 10 to 15 preseason ranking in real life. And he's the same year as Justin Jefferson. He's 1 year before Jamar Chase. I would love to know. I'll comp it here after I stop yapping. But I'd like to know what does his prism base do, PSA 10 compared to the other guys. Apples to apples, 15 in his position, and Jefferson and Chase are 1 and 1A. I do think that's an interesting comparison.
And which one would you rather hold long term?
See, I think Justin Jefferson's an all-time great. Long term, I would rather have him
Over the quarterback.
over the 15th best quarterback that I've never seen do anything. Yes.
Fair enough. Joe, how does the shop sell? All quarterbacks?
I mean absolutely.
Does Marvin Harrison Jr. sell for you guys?
Oh, huge. I mean, yeah, local, right? So, I mean, we're going to have a big local market. People are going to come in. They want their Diamondbacks. They want their Cardinals, their Suns cards. Those are always going to sell. Because the other thing, too, is for camp, for the NFL, they have a ton of open days to the public. So we'll have people that come in and get the cards so they can go get them signed. We have a lot of that. Like, that's huge. But then, again, Phoenix being a huge spring training hub, we get a lot of like multi-teams that have their hub here, and people come, and it's a great opportunity for them to get signatures of prospects and that kind of stuff too. So, you know, we sell the quarterbacks 100%, but we sell local stuff too. But the shop is the card ladder for every day, like, you know, putting your pulse on the hobby, I would say, because that's going to let you know what's coming in, what's going out. But we'll sell everything from base and retail quarterbacks all the way to higher end stuff too. So it's a great conglomerate of a player. You'll get the whole spectrum of what they have.
Hey, by the way, let me just share some actual data. So Jamar Chase is a 2021 rookie. Jordan Love 2020. Their PSA 10 prisms are almost exactly the same. Just about $40 a piece. That's funny. Justin Jefferson though, 70. Jefferson has less than half the pop of Jordan Love and is outselling him. So again, that plays a little bit, but not a ton. But he does outsell, which he should. He's been the best receiver in football for years. But even still, the fact that Jamar Chase is comparable to the 13th best QB in the league is it just shows you it's a quarterback league, no question.
Are you guys cool if I move on, or did you want to talk
Please.
fantasy football anymore?
No, I hate fantasy.
No, I want to talk about college football this weekend.
All right.
God, no.
I know. I have to. No.
You don't have
because
to. All right, hurry up.
it was a
'cause then
huge
I got a
weekend.
Better story.
Yeah, well, it was a huge weekend for college football. Vols fan, yes, Tennessee looked great without Nico. But what I really want to talk about is Panini's been putting out the NIL cards, right? So Arch Manning, Bryce Underwood, these are all guys that are college athletes that are now getting paid to have their their name and autograph on cards. Arch had a rough first weekend at Ohio State, but Bryce Underwood, who, again, for the third mention this week in Wild Card, has autos in Wild Card and Panini. He is the freshman quarterback that Dave Portnoy, Larry Ellison, they paid all that money. I think it was close to $12 million for him to come and play at Michigan. He looked the part, dude. Like, he looked every bit the part. He is a mountain of a man. He's got to be 6'2", 6'3", at least 220. And he is an 18-year-old phenom. Guys, that's my tip. I would be looking for this guy's products, looking for where he signs. Dude, he is fun to watch. Michigan football is going to be not just line it up and run it down your throat. This kid can do it all.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I know you don't watch college, but you need to
I'm sorry.
watch
I try to stay out of the way. I think it's a great thing. I'm excited.
Mike, this next week, they're underdogs. They're a 5.5-point underdog this next week. I would tell you to tune in. Tune in and watch this kid. If you watch him for a quarter, that's fine. If you watch him for a series, but this kid, Bryce Underwood, is phenomenal.
I would just tell you 5.5 is just shy of 6. So
Correct.
okay.
Thank you. Did you guys see the Kershaw All-Star patch that had him on the American League?
Nope.
It is a beautiful Kershaw All-Star patch, and under the patch it says American League All-Star or American League. I just don't understand. I mean, we're in 2025.
Is it game used? It's the actual patch?
I think
or is it a commemorative?
Yeah, no, I think it's game used.
He went on the field with that?
I'd have to check the back, but it says American League either way under the patch. We'll
Yeah,
print it on
I guess
the
my
card.
point though is if it's a commemorative patch, it's an $8 card. Anyways, I don't care that much. If it's a game used patch, it's
more than
worth
that.
thousands. Not great.
But on the card, it says American League, and he doesn't play in the American.
I'll check that and make sure.
Yeah. No, I'll forward you the article. I just don't seriously. How for the manufacturers? How lazy is that? Am I overreacting on that? That I think it's really BS lazy.
No, it's a bad. Yeah, absolutely terrible mistake. No question.
When they get the
think
teams
quality
wrong,
control?
the players.
Well,
Nope.
quality control, do you think they're just looking at the actual product, or you think they're people that are educated on sports too? I mean, I think I could grab somebody, and I think they would know, for the most part, I could grab someone off the street who's not sports inclined and say, hey, who does Clayton Kershaw play for? And I think they might know, and I think they would also know that he's only ever played for the Dodgers.
Well, yeah, but if you're quality control for a card company, you got to know the Dodgers are a National League team. I mean, I'm not asking for his lifetime ERA.
I don't know that that's a part of the hiring process, Danny.
Well, that's a flaw in the system because there's way too many errors that are coming out in cards the last couple of years, and I don't know if it's the overproduction, but I think the quality control across the market has gone way down.
I was told Joe was picking fights this show. Is that still happening?
Oh
yeah.
Thank you for bringing that
Yeah.
up. Again, I don't know how many views you have to just get a response in social media, but Tyler Tarver did say that he liked our first show, but he couldn't respond to my Instagram messages. But clearly, my new rival Alex, he was able to respond to his, and he'll be on Alex's show this Thursday. Special.
You want Tarver on this show?
Yeah, I wanted to ask him about the basketball stuff.
I'll call Tarver right now if you want him.
You know, I want him to respond to my DM first. That's number one. Number two, also, Greg Olson. I know you're big time in me. No, not the pitcher.
Yes,
tight
the
end.
pitcher.
I've been reaching out to him, too. We're trying to get you on the
Have
show.
him on the show.
Trying to get him on the show.
Hello, you have reached a cell phone.
Okay. By the
There
way,
you
that
go.
was
That was a quick one.
you gotta do it twice.
Wait, I don't want sloppy seconds coming on.
Yeah.
We'll leave him a voicemail. If anything else, I can dox his number, which would
Thank
be
you.
helpful. So,
What up, man?
hey, is there a reason you big timed my co-host Joe Wysmierski?
When did I big time in?
He said he sent you a DM. Can't get you on the show. You're on the show now because I called you. I said I'll call Tarver
It's
right now.
live?
Of course it's live. We don't mess around here, pal.
my
This isn't manufactured content like the crap you're watching on YouTube. Anything you want to say?
Well, I'm unscripted.
Do you want to say? Do you want to say anything to Joe? Apology by way of an apology, or are you good?
Joe, I would just like to give you my sincerest of apologies. First off, you're very attractive, and I mean that, and I'm
Thank
so
you.
sorry, man. I love you so much.
I even gave Tyler a nickname. I called him T-Bone in the DM.
I think you're good. Yeah, he seems to be forgiving you at this point. So
I'm not crying yet.
we'll set up a time. We'll have you on the show.
I would love that, man. Yeah, I'm on the lake right now. Do you need anything while I'm out here?
Wow, big time
I know,
cheer too.
That's big time.
Enjoy your holiday with your enjoy your family with the holiday with your family. We appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. I'd rather be with you. Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
If he'd rather be with us, he would be.
You know, that's some
it's-
pull right there. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate
No problem. You
you.
want me to call Simmons next? He wouldn't.
You know
no
what?
chance he's answering.
Get him on the phone. Let's do another one.
Not a chance. Chris Vernon, maybe. Simmons, no shot.
That's fair.
We can wrap up in a second, but I think Joe had some more fire here. Joe, you hate Tarver. You hate Alex. Anybody else? Is that
Are you
it?
prompting me? Is there any... Rebecca, how dare you?
That was all you had on the list of people that you went
That's
to
all I
cheer
had
about.
on the list that I hate.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
And he takes. I am curious about your feedback on the professor thing. Then I can be done. A long show. Did you guys watch any of it? I know you didn't watch the whole thing because I don't know how you could.
I don't watch YouTube.
Okay. That's fine. Too long. That was my fault. We kept the guests on. I will say I like talking to Jason. We kept the guests on too long because they were kind of just sitting there. But
I like that you're more sitting up forward and you're engaged.
I'm supposed to be back. I'm so. But Rebecca told me to do that. I'm supposed
Thank
to be
you.
framed properly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Professor, he is Professor Slouchy Pants over there, like sitting in his cave. And
I get tired with the answer thing. By the way, I'm like, hey, like he was picking on some of the sponsors. I'm like, well, what about? Well, I don't like them. I'm like, right, but you just said they're not trustworthy. Yeah, I just think they're going to fail. A lot of trustworthy people fail at things. I get very frustrated with circular answers like that, where it all just comes back to, well, I just don't like it. I'm like, but I do like him. I actually like the debate format like that. But that is, I am always, and then like he pushed back a little bit. Well, every time I bring something up, you just ignore it. I'm like, no, I like the Kyler Murray. You're right. A lot of modern cards go down, but no one's disputing that. Correct. That my inability to expound on my answer because I simply agree with you doesn't mean that the alternate is true. When I ask a question, I don't get an answer. So I do struggle with that. I'm going to try to hold his feet to the fire a little more, but I do have fun. I like arguing, debating with people like that.
well, in our chat,
knew
the one gentleman, Danny, like that said, I think Joe's shtick, he should just really stick to talking about cards. You guys have both
takes it
met
way
me
too
in person. Yeah, I do. And you guys have met me in person. You know what you see is what you like. This is me. This is
Non-shtick Joe. I've always said that.
Yep.
Thank you. This is
By the way,
non-shtick
me and
Joe.
I got to say this. We got to extend the invitation next week. Me and Terry Brown, lockstep on the professor in the chat. I think we found something. Me
Where
and
is
Terry
Terry?
were.
I thought he was going to be
No,
here.
it's my fault. I did not give him the invite. That's on me. He even said that, and I
Okay.
forgot today. So I honestly, I don't
Tough
want
Terry
to
Brown.
overshoot. I think me and Terry Brown are. I think there's a friendship on the horizon.
I think the
so.
two of you pay attention to the comments way too much.
Yeah, you're right, Danny. Rather than live in the 19th century,
No,
who
seriously.
Kenny
Who,
G is.
who cares what Terry Brown says?
Oh, I don't care, but I think it's fun to engage. I think it's good content to engage the comments.
All right, I'll
and I'm
give
a
you that.
Terry Brown fan now. I would just tell you that.
Speaking of the comments, James Moreau did bring up that Bill keeps asking for a raise for me, Mike. I don't know who Bill is, but I like the path that he's going down. So, I mean, it's something to think about. Maybe my review's coming up here in month 2.
After 1 month, you think
I was
there's a
about
review?
to say.
Potentially.
You do 30 minutes of work a week. How much do you want?
Easily.
You're
30 minutes.
like you're getting paid like $100 an hour.
Plumbers
Wait,
get more on
do I not
emergency
text
calls.
you to remind you that we have to do topics?
Yeah.
Who?
You.
Also, terrible
Just
performance
because
by
I don't
you.
put them down, I write
today,
them down. I'm old
today is
school,
also
Danny.
today is not the show to ask for a raise. I mean, horrible showing by you. You've been lazy. Just by the way, Tyler just texted, "Sorry, bro, for real, my bad. I've always rather be potting with you." This guy, I mean, just going above and beyond. He likes you, Joe. Yeah, if you were going to ask for a raise, last episode would have been the time to do it when you brought a little heat. You cowered after I pushed you a little bit, but you did fine to start. Today is not the episode to ask for a raise.
But-
Telling meat stories.
Yeah. Well, meat stories
just
are
saying.
fantastic. It's not something you hear every day, too. It's new content. You find me another person in another show where they talked about a trade for lemon pepper chicken breast, or even, I mean, he went with the thinner cut ribeyes. The more expensive would be the thicker. And honestly, I think what the guy was doing is why he
ribeye?
made the trade.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that even wagyu? I mean, what are you talking about? What's rib? What is it? What is this? What's this term you use?
It doesn't
Ribeye?
start
What
with
is that?
filet.
Rib? Is
I
that a
think
bone?
the whole meat deal happened because he said if he cleared out his stock for the day, he would get an iPad. So I think he ended up burning himself twice. He did the trade, but I think he then had to pay for the meat anyway, so he could get his.
I'll tell you the real sad story too. He finally got the iPad at the end of that day and realized it was a touch screen. His fingertips are toast. Can't even use this thing. All right.
I think
anything
that's the
else you-
nonsense. No, I'm clearing the board.
Yeah, I think we're good. Totally done. Everybody's good.
Yeah.
right, we'll be back next
Don't
week.
forget to like the page, subscribe, please. Watch all the content. It's coming out like a fire hose weekly. So go to
we got
Sports Cards
Gordy?
Nonsense.
And Gordy joining the team, I think, in the next week or two to do like a real vintage heavy thing. Potentially another
Playing
vintage
week one
show.
in fantasy.
Yeah, he's in fantasy now too. I do think at some point in the month of September we need to start doing a live where it's a round table, but it has to be arguments only. There can be no more people with like-minded opinions. I want nothing but debates on this live show.
Okay.
But we'll figure that out.
All right.
There
That
you
was
go.
the
Cut the
nonsense.
nonsense.
We're cutting it. See
Yep,
you next
goodbye.
Wednesday.